Harambe's Evolution by Jacob Perch and Joseph Ross.
This is the story of the Harambe species and their fight for survival against many different environmental changes they had to endure in order to become the intellective, vigorous, savage gorillas they are today. The following story is based off a true story, and details have been changed minimally. Any imagery used is 0% accurate based off Wikipedia.
This is the first generation of Harambes. He lives in a hot desert landscape with no trees. The Earth's starting to gain glaciers. One Harambe suddenly had fur when it was born, and the monkey really liked it. It bred with another furry Harambe to continue the mutation and create the newly evolved Harambe with hair to survive the cold conditions. Eventually, the ice began to melt and trees began to grow. When these trees grew, they carried a food source that was very essential to the Harambe's diet. But the only way to obtain the food was to climb the trees, a task in which many Harambes were unable to do because of their skinny arms. Many tried, but simply lacked the physical strength to climb the trees. Because of this, only the strongest Harambes survived.
Over time, only the strongest Harambes were able to survive. Because of this, now the Harambes have naturally evolved to have bigger, stronger arms to climb those trees with ease. Their newly found skills at climbing trees, they have been able to collect their fruit for food as well as escape from the dangers of their environment. The Harambe species is really starting to take form. Now the Harambe is able to swing from tree to tree with ease.
The Harambe's habitat was now gaining a spiky layer on the ground. To adapt to this, the Harambes must protect their feet. One of the Harambes was suddenly born with these strange leather things on their feet. This particular Harambe was extraordinarily successful in its environment. He carried this great gene in his bloodline, while the other Harambes slowly made up less of the population. Soon, every Harambe had these strange leather things on their feet. So the Harambe was now able to be warm with its hair, able to climb trees for food and protection with its strong arms, and able to protect its feet from the evil ground thorns. The Harambe was virtually unstoppable at this point.
Everything seemed to be going wonderful for the Harambe species for a few hundred years, but then one day something extraordinary happened. One Harambe found these things. Every Harambe started wearing these things called two black circles on a metal frame. If Harambe wasn't wearing these things, they would be looked down upon by the society and eventually die of depression. In order to survive, they had to wear two black circles on a metal frame. These trends kept happening with many different objects, such as toothbrushes and ears, dead cow leather on head, golden banana loops, and time teller on wrist. This happened all the way up until the modern Harambe looked like this. The story of the Harambe evolution is something truly extraordinary. The challenges, struggles, and hardships faced by the Harambes is more than comprehensible. We owe our lives to this species of primate. They started out small, weak, and cold, but after hundreds of years of natural evolution, pushing past the toughest obstacles, with only the strongest, hairiest, and richest survived, they've become the animal we all know and love today, the Harambe.
Thank you for watching.